When you're done with slaying monsters and saving the world in RPGs, you probably want a different type of game to play. Well, Battlefield 2042 has an upcoming free-to-play period this week on October 12th to the 16th. So when EA came to us wanting to check out Battlefield 2042 for a sponsored video, talking about the new season called Season 6 Dark Creations, as well as their quality of life updates, we were up for it as we played a lot of Battlefield 2042 when it first launched, and we wanted to check the current state of the game out, so let's go into what improvements have been made since it initially launched. It's no secret that Battlefield 2042 had a bit of a rough launch with some missing features like the classic classes, as well as a few gameplay mechanics, but we have been keeping an eye on it, and it looks like the core Battlefield community are pretty happy with the shape of the game now and the improvements that have been made, improving it across the board. There are a number of big changes coming in this new Season 6, but perhaps the most exciting one is that they're bringing a brand new map which is called Redacted, and the awesome thing about it is that it's inspired by some of our favorite classic Battlefield maps, which include Operation Locker as well as Operation Metro. If you've ever played Battlefield 3 or 4, you're going to be very familiar with these maps and what you can expect from Redacted, but for those of you that don't know, these maps are built for close quarters combat, and with the scale that Battlefield does its firefights, it becomes a ton of fun mixed up with a bunch of chaos. So Redacted is sounding right up our street, but it would be interesting to know what you think is the best Battlefield map of all time, because speaking for myself, Paradise, I absolutely love Battlefield 2142 and its Titan mode, so that's where some of my favourite maps are. Meanwhile, for 2-6 on the team, he absolutely loves Battlefield 4 because he says it's an all-around banger with some fantastic maps. Well, here's the official description of Redacted, quote, "Discover a secret underground Scottish facility dripping with tension and close quarters mayhem. The tight contained corridors make for claustrophobic infantry-only firefights, and fans of Battlefield classics like Operation Locker and Operation Metro will feel right at home as they overcome their fears within the biodomes and laboratories." End quote. The actual visuals of this new map are looking pretty cool, and while it doesn't look exactly like Metro or Locker, it definitely has its own vibe which sets it apart. The close quarters nature of the map is 100% there, and that paired with interesting features like the digital sky domes are making it look very unique, which we love to see. Recently, the dev team have been doing more Easter eggs in their maps as well, and the description does hint that there might be some secrets to uncover, so it's going to be interesting to find out what is there for us to discover. Honestly, if it can capture that Metro or Locker feeling from the old games, then we are definitely ready to try it out, and if that sounds good to you, you'll actually be able to try it out for free on all platforms between October 12th and October 16th, as Battlefield will be having a free access period for the launch of Season 6, making it the perfect time to give it a go or to jump back in as a returning player like we plan to do. Great thing is, this free weekend is on both Xbox, PlayStation and Steam right after Season 6 launches, so you can try out all of the new stuff for free in that period. This isn't the only new addition and improvements coming in Season 6 though, as they are aiming to make Battlefield 2042 a top-notch experience, but the season will also be bringing new gear, weapons, a whole new vehicle, as well as some long requested quality of life changes. This is looking like a trend with the development team, because if you've been following the latest seasonal drops, each one has brought in new things like map reworks to make them more friendly to infantry firefights, better movement, and general mode gameplay, such as capture locations and overall balance changes. But before we get through these things, let's talk about some of the new content for Season 6. We actually have the descriptions for some of the new items coming, so if you're brand new to the game or haven't played it in a while, these new items are definitely going to bring a fresh experience to the game. With a variety of things from items and gadgets, Season 6 also has new weapons. Let's go through them. The VHX-D3 is a unique and futuristic assault rifle featuring optimized portability and performance, making it a valuable asset for close and medium-ranged combat. Portable and powerful, able to pulverize any enemy that comes out of the shadows. Then you have the L9CZ, a semi-automatic, highly accurate sidearm, which will be your best friend in close quarters situations when your primary weapon runs dry. And then you have the G428, an all-new DMR offering exceptional accuracy and substantial penetration power that can help you turn your enemies into prey. Meanwhile, for gadgets, we have the ammo and medical pouches to support your squad by throwing these pouches down that will let them replenish their ammo or health. This is obviously a valuable lifeline when you are finding death creeping on you and your team. And as a Battlefield game, it just wouldn't be Battlefield without those vehicles, and there's a new one coming in this new season. It's the YUV-2 Pond Hawk, a dynamic two-person transport featuring flight capabilities, letting you and a buddy quickly provide support and rush objectives. To be honest, this thing is looking pretty wacky, with it being a sort of hover bike for two people to quickly get around to places, and we are super excited to try it out. But if things like skins and extra goodies are your thing, then you will be able to unlock a lot of them through the Battle Pass that will have both a free and premium track, but if you want to play without spending a dime, then you can do that on the free weekend. We know there will be various changes to the vehicle handling, especially on tanks and jets. They've actually highlighted some of these new changes coming to tanks on the official Twitter. For the tanks, they're going to have improved handling via new track friction reduction, allowing players to quickly rotate, while also adding gravity to tanks, reducing them being quite as floaty. Meanwhile, for the jets, they are getting overall handling improvements, which should mean we can fly them even easier, hopefully meaning we can land more hits on targets. One of the biggest improvements will impact controller players though, and we know a few people might not quite like this change as they are improving the aim assist, but the aim assist for 2042 on launch wasn't that great, and as someone who is able to play both controller and keyboard and mouse, we often find it's a much easier time playing on keyboard and mouse. So for the controller players out there, we understand that this is a need and why it is a welcome change. But here's the actual verbiage change that is being made. Quote, improvements for controller peripherals in regard to aim assist and the general feel of gunplay. Our goal with aim assist on Battlefield is to make the controller aim more accurately while retaining the challenge and skill required of aiming within a first-person shooter. Aim assist is not the only process of helping you aim, but also about tuning and customizing the feel of input to your personal taste. End quote. Aim assist is definitely a tricky one, and it'll be interesting to see if they get the balance right here. But we're curious to know what you guys play on controller or mouse and keyboard, and how you therefore feel about aim assist. So, with all of the improvements, the new map, weapons, gadgets, and vehicles, as well as the previous improvements added in the last 5 seasons, the community seems to be pretty happy with how the game plays now going into Season 6. And honestly, with this upcoming free-to-play period, it's definitely a good time to jump in and play some Battlefield 2042. So check out these 2 videos on the screen now, or the many videos we already have live on the channel. You won't want to miss out because we have loads coming your way soon, so check out these 2 videos and then tell us what you think after watching in the comments down below.